Welcome to the 2021 Chester County Intermediate Unit Awards Town Hall. Today marks 38 years of celebrating excellence. After experiencing my first awards town hall last year, I've been looking forward to this event as we get to celebrate all the wonderful achievements throughout the past year. Today we have the chance to take a break from our busy day-to-day operations to honor the very special people that make the CCIU the great educational leader it is. Once again, this event looks very different from what many of you are used to. Although this isn't the way we had hoped to celebrate, we still felt it important to acknowledge everyone for their outstanding achievements, and I'm happy you have all joined us virtually for the second year in a row. Hopefully next year we can gather in person once again. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Ms. Bonnie Wolf, President of the CCIU Board of Directors. President Wolf will bring greetings from our board.
Thank you, Dr. Fiore. While this past year has presented us with countless uncertainties, it has also brought out the creativity, passion, and dedication of every staff member at the CCIU, and your board members have noticed. While I'd much rather be able to honor our recipients in person, I'm glad we have the opportunity to continue to celebrate our honorees today. And I am hopeful that we will be able to gather together in person soon and return to the normalcy we are all missing and hoping for. That being said, on behalf of the CCIU Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome you to the virtual 2021 Awards Town Hall. We send our congratulations to our employees celebrating 25+ years of service, our Outstanding Service Award recipients, the Annie Sullivan Award winner, our retirees, and our CCIU Hall of Fame inductee. We truly value each and every one of you, and we look forward to celebrating your accomplishments on behalf of our students, your colleagues, and the entire Chester County community. I'd also like to take a moment to thank those who nominate our honorees. Because you took the time to acknowledge your coworkers' outstanding contributions to our students' educational experiences, we now have the privilege of recognizing them for their outstanding achievements. The CCIU is an educational leader because of staff like all of you, and in fact, I can't imagine a better group of role models for our students. You make a positive difference in the lives of our students every day, and we are proud and honored to serve as your board of directors. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, President Wolf. Now on to the awards portion of the event. This year, we are proud to recognize 35 retirees. Joining me now to read the names are Dr. Danielle Schoninger and Mrs. Maureen Linehan.
Greetings from Human Resources. We have the pleasure of recognizing our CCIU retirees. This list includes anyone with 10 years or more of service who is retiring this year, as well as anyone who retired since our award ceremony last year. Marianne Amici, 16 years of service. Dr. Jacqueline Aris, 28 years of service. Sharon Cordis, 19 years of service. Eileen Craig, 35 years of service. Carol DiGregorio, 30 years of service. John Dianaran, 20 years of service. Joseph Drawback, 22 years of service. Rodney Griffith, 20 years of service. Deborah Groff, 21 years of service. Cynthia Haybecker, 22 years of service. Patricia Hardy, 42 years of service. Nancy Houghton, 18 years of service. Sharon Hodge, 12 years of service. Gregory Hurst, 19 years of service. Laurel Camerunas, 17 years of service. Michael Catch, 10 years of service. Diane Kelly, 21 years of service. Luann Lammy, 19 years of service. Lynn Moss, 25 years of service.
It's my pleasure to introduce the following retirees. Sandra McCabe, 15 years of service. Pamela McEntee, 21 years of service. Louise Mikowajczyk, 18 years of service. Patricia Malo, 13 years of service. Marietta Myers, 15 years of service. Shelley Neely, 11 years of service. Tiffany Pennington, 19 years of service. Dawn Pinkerton, 14 years of service. Dr. Kathleen Quinlisk, 18 years of service. Dr. Anita Riccio, 11 years of service. Sandra Rocker, 20 years of service. Sherry Ryan, 16 years of service. Miguel Santos, 14 years of service. Sharon Shoemaker, 27 years of service. Marcia Smallwood, 23 years of service. Kathy Sturm, 22 years of service. Dr. Alex Voidovich, 20 years of service. Florence Wood Parker, 12 years of service. Congratulations to all of our retirees, and we thank you all for your service to the students, families, and educational colleagues in Chester County and beyond.
Thank you, Danielle and Maureen, and to all of our retirees. In addition to the retirees, we also would like to recognize our employees reaching years of service milestones. Here to present the years of service, followed by the recipient of this year's Annie Sullivan Award, is the CCIU's Assistant Executive Director, Dr. Steve Gerhardt.
There are 12 individuals this year who have served the CCIU for 25 years. Today, I have the honor of recognizing the following employees. Janet Davis, teacher, learning support. Mary Duffy, teacher, learning support. Carolyn Derner, Dean of Students. Joan Farwell, veterinary science instructor. Judith Fazzini, bookkeeper. Jody Fleck, training and consulting specialist. Mary Hiddleston, bus aide. Jane Hootman, training and consulting specialist. Dr. Brian Hughes, assistant principal. Lynn Moss, speech language therapist. Deborah Netok, cosmetology instructor. Tan Prum, program specialist. This year, we also have 5 employees celebrating 30 years of service with the CCIU. Carol DiGregorio, instructional assistant. Janice Hagee, confidential secretary. Karen Hornberger, teacher, vision. Sharon Carbo, supervisor, IU Billing Services. And Brenda Tracy, speech language therapist. Next, we have 6 employees who are celebrating 35 years of service with the CCIU. Crystal Brown, instructional assistant. Jacqueline Butcher Jones, cosmetology instructor. Mary Curley, Director of Communications and Learning Solutions. Anne-Marie Franciscus, confidential secretary. Dr. Susan Matika, principal. And Paul Thompson Jr., Director, Facilities and Operations. What an accomplishment. We thank you all for everything that you do for our students, staff, and community each and every day. The Annie Sullivan Award, named after Helen Keller's devoted teacher and mentor, is presented to someone who embodies the very best of all of us. This year, the award is being presented to Miss Jennifer Russ. Jennifer has worked for the CCIU as a professional teacher of students with autism spectrum disorder since the spring of 2011, and is an exceptional teacher and coach. She works tirelessly to provide many vital services, including evaluations, itinerant services in community settings, and classroom instruction. Along with being a fantastic teacher, she is a board-certified behavior analyst and utilizes her specialized skills to provide coaching to professional, project, and support staff in preschool special education, Head Start, and the Reading School District. This award is being presented to Jennifer for her consistency, positivity, respectfulness, and outstanding knowledge. Jennifer's professionalism, work ethic, and parent and peer communication skills are top-notch. She is extremely caring and dedicated and always goes above and beyond the job expectations. Jennifer Russ is truly an asset to the Chester County Intermediate Unit, and it is a pleasure to recognize her many talents and strong history of service by awarding her with the Annie Sullivan Award. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you, Dr. Gerharden. Our next group of honorees are those who have been named Outstanding Service Award winners. These are the type of employees and individuals who are an asset to any team. These recipients do not just work hard, they do their job with an extraordinary amount of enthusiasm and success. This is the CCIU's way of saying thank you for going above and beyond on a daily basis to make Chester County a better place to live, grow, learn, and work. This is a very special honor, and it is a joint effort between the staff and our CCIU board to shine a light on employees who give a little something extra. It begins with our staff, your colleagues, who notice how hard you have worked on behalf of those we serve, and then take the time to nominate you for the award. Then the hard part begins, as our board members meet to review all of the nominations and try to select a small subset of the nominated individuals who will receive an Outstanding Service Award. We have so many outstanding staff members, and it is our honor to recognize our 18 recipients for 2020-21. The presentations will be made by the division directors for the staff within their division. President Wolf will present the award to one honoree who is not employed by the CCIU, but who has made such a positive impact that we felt she was deserving of this prestigious award. Without further delay, let's hear about this year's winners.
The Earth's surface area covers 196.9 million miles, and it weighs approximately 13 septillion pounds. Suffice it to say that the Earth is very big. I share these facts with you because Jarrell Brazel is described as having a heart as big as the Earth. Not only does Jarrell possess the ability to relate to and connect with students and staff in a special, unique way, but he also positively impacts and influences everyone he meets. Jarrell serves as a mentor for numerous staff at the Child and Career Development Center and is a role model for the Positive Behavior Support Program. Jarrell always lends a listening ear and a helping hand when his students or colleagues are in need. In addition to his dedication at the CCIU, Jarrell plays a supportive role in the local community. Jarrell, your dedicated efforts and perennial hard work is instrumental at the Child and Career Development Center. You are the glue that helps hold things together. And on behalf of the CCIU, we would like to present you with an Outstanding Service Award to thank you for all that you do. Congratulations, Jarrell.
Many people are proud of the work that they do, but occasionally we have the good fortune to meet someone with such unmistakable passion for their work that we can't help but feel inspired to go above and beyond in our own efforts. Mary Driscoll is that person. Whether it's an event, project, or meeting, if Mary is involved, then all participants are guaranteed to walk away feeling re-energized and confident. She effortlessly connects with others and channels her tremendous insight to transform big ideas into concrete plans. As a program development specialist, Mary spends each day representing the IU, and she does so with grace and enthusiasm. Over the years, Mary's perseverance and innovative spirit have resulted in the growth of her role in the CCIU's professional learning offerings beyond anything previously imaginable. Through her detailed planning and infinite flexibility, Mary demonstrated that even a pandemic is no match for her, as she seamlessly organized multiple summits, virtual trainings, and opportunities in the past year. Mary's unparalleled drive and kind heart bring out the best in everyone around her and empower others to feel as though there is no challenge they cannot tackle. If it hasn't become clear yet, Mary, we are well aware of just how lucky we are to have you on our team, and it is our honor to present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Mary.
She takes care of everyone. She helps with problems. She brings us joy. These are just a few of the things that students had to say about Elizabeth Garduno, known to them as Miss Ellie. Ellie consistently puts in more than is required of her position. Her devotion to the children and families in the Hispanic community is admirable, and she is always ready to help a family in need. She is in continuous contact between families, school districts, and students at the 21st Century After School program, often bridging language barriers to meet the needs of all. Ellie, you are an incredible force when it comes to helping your students, families, and the community. You have a heart of gold and bring the students and staff together as one big happy family. Your willingness to welcome and help others is just one of the many reasons we are proud to present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Ellie.
There are go-to people, and then there's Melissa Merles, someone who has never encountered a challenge that she couldn't handle. In everything that she does, Melissa exemplifies the intermediate unit's commitment to serving others. Melissa rises to every occasion and demonstrates that her responsibilities are more than just a checklist. They are reflections of her tremendous capabilities and the pride that she takes in her work. As everyone adjusted to the shifting demands of the pandemic, Melissa took ownership of countless new grants and funding with unique requirements. She instantly understood the great importance of how her work would impact the entire community. To ensure that all those in need received appropriate, timely support, Melissa worked with individuals throughout the county to carefully manage an $11 million County of Chester grant, as well as another $25 million County of Chester Child Care Provider grant. Her prompt review and quick thinking enabled school districts and child care providers to continue serving those in need. Melissa's talent for professionally managing vital projects and numerous moving parts is matched only by her incredible personal character. For your outstanding customer service and willingness to always go above and beyond, Melissa, you are very deserving of this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Melissa.
Passionate, driving force, champion for students. These are all adjectives used to describe Michael Burns, also dubbed the cornerstone of the REACH program. Mike has worked in the REACH program for over 22 years, constantly maintaining the program's integrity and principles. Mike focuses on student needs and works to find new ways to connect with his students, always going above and beyond to ensure that students' academic needs are met. During this past year, with all the challenges presented due to COVID-19, Mike truly stepped up within the REACH program to lead the team into virtual learning. Mike, your extraordinary dedication has benefited both the staff and students of the REACH program. It is evident that your colleagues and students view you as a role model and admire your great work ethic. For these reasons and many more, we are pleased to present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Mike.
Good enough is never an option for Jen Tchaikovsky. Whether it be pushing herself to grow in her career, embracing a new challenge, or inspiring her colleagues to strive for greatness, Jen has a laser focus and dedication to personal, professional, and organizational success. Jen's intelligence and drive are evident to all who know her. She accepts challenges with a commitment to success and dedication to the CCIU. Jen works cross-divisionally and seamlessly implements new and better ways of doing things. She is innovative, creative, and determined. Her customer service skills to both internal and external stakeholders are top-notch. Jen, through the challenges you have overcome and the opportunities you have seized, in the end, you have never lost sight of the CCIU mission, to provide the highest quality of service to others. You have exemplified an extraordinary dedication to your work, your colleagues, our organization, and the people we serve. For these reasons and so many more, you are very deserving of an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Jen.
Working as an itinerant teacher in the preschool special education program, Megan's primary mission is to instruct young students to develop the skills needed to become confident, capable learners who are ready to advance to school-age programs. Throughout her 16 years at the CCIU, Megan has been a wonderful representative of our preschool program and the CCIU's model of service. At the beginning of the 2021 school year, Megan was unexpectedly asked to consider a transition into the role of an in-person preschool classroom teacher at TCHS Penn Uxbridge just a few days before the start of the school year. Megan quickly accepted this challenge, and upon her arrival to her new class, she immediately assumed all the responsibility for a successful in-person opening and has since continued to demonstrate her commitment and competence. For her professionalism, flexibility, and unflinching willingness to step up and meet the needs of the students and the CCIU, it is a pleasure to present Megan Montgomery with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Megan.
As a social studies teacher and now a Teacher Leadership Academy instructor at the Chester County Technical College High School, Larry Galunka exemplifies all the qualities of a model teacher, employee, and individual. Larry leaves a positive impact on each student, co-worker, and building that he's been a part of within TCHS. This year, Larry took his teaching talents and used them to help guide the next generation of teachers through his role as the TLA instructor for the TCHS Brandywine and TCHS Penn Uxbridge campuses. Larry gives so much of himself to help his students succeed in the classroom and truly helps prepare them to be critical, thoughtful, and impactful members of society. Whether it is teaching, leading LINC, coaching the academic team, chaperoning educational travel in another country, or helping a colleague with their pedagogy, Larry Galunka is there for students, staff, administrators, TCHS, and the CCIU. We express our sincere appreciation for all you do, Larry, and present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Larry.
In a school year unlike any other, children have been asked to be flexible in the ever-changing environment. Luckily for the students in the life skills class, they have had Brianna Fulginetti as a constant advocate and familiar face during these challenging times. As if the challenges presented by COVID-19 weren't enough, the life skills class that Brianna works in as an instructional assistant has had 3 substitute teachers this year. Brianna has been the constant that these students truly needed in the classroom. Brianna, you take on so many responsibilities with grace, compassion, and enthusiasm. Your devotion to the students in your class is immeasurable, and you have been a continual support for them in the most challenging of times. Brianna, we are honored to present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations.
At CCIU, we've made outstanding customer service a central part of our organizational culture, brand, and mission. Nicole Reffner embodies the spirit of selflessness, dedication, and passion for serving others that we all strive to emulate. As a data engineer, Nicole serves her colleagues here at CCIU, at PDE, and in districts and schools that we serve across the Commonwealth, ensuring that essential educational data is properly communicated, protected, cataloged, and maintained to keep educational systems running smoothly. Throughout her career, Nicole has become a wealth of knowledge and a powerful resource, not only within the CCIU, but across the state. The past year has been extremely challenging as normal educational systems and the data that they rely upon has been disrupted.
Regardless of the overwhelming tasks she was faced with, Nicole always found solutions to the challenges and did so with her legendary energy, personality, and assurance. Nicole, the IT division, CCIU, and the entire state are better off for having you as a colleague. We would like to express our sincerest gratitude and present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Nicole.
One of the core beliefs of the CCIU is the creation and maintenance of an organizational culture that fosters teamwork. Lisa Sheets and Rosaria Polgarin embody the spirit of teamwork and help contribute to our outstanding organizational culture. Lisa and Rosario are assistants in an autistic support verbal behavior classroom at Kings Highway Elementary and always go above and beyond to serve their students and colleagues. They truly are the definition of a hardworking, mission-driven team who puts the needs of their students above everything else. Given the social and behavioral challenges that many of these students face, Lisa and Rosario's genuine love for their students helps to make all the difference in achieving positive learning outcomes. This incredible pair offers all of us a living example of what it means to work on a team to help make a positive impact on the world. Lisa and Rosario, the entire CCIU thanks you for your service to our students, and we are honored to present each of you with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Lisa and Rosario.
At the CCIU, we are passionate about providing our students with all the supports necessary for them to succeed. As a member of the TCHS Penix Bridge Campus Food Service Department, Wendy Ward has consistently demonstrated a profound understanding of the vital role that nutrition plays in student achievement. Although she has numerous responsibilities, it is always evident that Wendy's top priority is the well-being of our students. Wendy is an expert at rallying her team to meet any and all challenges. Throughout the pandemic, Wendy assumed new roles and trained new staff and volunteers with all the enthusiasm that she is known for at the Penix Bridge campus. Whether they were working on packaging meals for students and families in need or resuming normal operations, Wendy worked tirelessly to ensure that everyone around her felt welcome and supported. When someone displays the level of leadership and empathy that Wendy does every day, it is impossible to leave her presence without feeling inspired. You make it difficult for the rest of us to live up to your excellent example, Wendy, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We are honored to present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Wendy.
As a 2017 recipient of the School Nurse Excellence Award, Sandy Rocker excels as a school nurse and leader at the Child and Career Development Center. She prioritizes informing stakeholders about the continually evolving practices and updates within school nursing, and she regularly consults with the Chester County School Districts, physicians, nutritionists, dental providers, and nurses through the county to provide consistency among our nursing practices. Sandy has played a large role in helping to safely return students to school as the relentless COVID-19 virus continues to spread. At the beginning of the pandemic, Sandy established methods to support CCDC students and families. Additionally, the piloted opening of schools for the 2021 school year was a huge success due to Sandy's help with creating health and safety protocols. For her diligence, strong knowledge base, and commitment to ensuring CCDC students can access their education safely, we are thrilled to present Sandy with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Sandy.
When faced with a wide variety of circumstances, Special Events Coordinator Jay Stone is one of those rare people who create successful opportunities to keep moving forward. When faced with the seemingly impossible challenge of transforming student events from in-person to virtual, Jay was not deterred, but instead she was energized. In the midst of a global pandemic, Jay used her time to find ways to hold the CCIU's many student events for the 2021 school year. As new job responsibilities, functions, and requirements emerged for Jay daily, she took everything in stride, with a determination to succeed so that Chester County students could continue to participate in fun and engaging enrichment activities. While the transition to virtual events has been difficult at times, Jay consistently looks at each event from the user's perspective and organizes every detail to help make CCIU events the most enjoyable experience possible. For Jay's team spirit, enthusiasm, and devotion to providing successful student events, we are honored to present her with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Jay.
Excellent customer service. A CCIU core belief takes on many shapes and forms as we interact with a wide variety of customers. Kelly Steidler, the school nurse at the CCIU Learning Center, exemplifies outstanding customer service in her work on behalf of our students and families. Kelly has always been an outstanding asset at the CCIU. Her work over the past year has indeed shown what an incredible person and talented professional she is. On a typical day, in addition to her regular job responsibilities, Kelly provides the staff daily information about COVID-19 developments, makes countless phone calls to parents, checks students for symptoms, and helps coordinate contact tracing. Even in the midst of all these responsibilities, Kelly finds the time to patiently and compassionately help walk families and staff through the next steps when there is a confirmed positive or presumed positive case. Kelly, we are grateful for all that you do for the CCIU Learning Center community to keep us safe. Please accept this Outstanding Service Award as a measure of our appreciation. Congratulations, Kelly.
As the project manager for the School to Careers program, Andrea Vaughn works tirelessly to support her colleagues so that our students, teachers, administrators, and organization have the resources needed to be successful. While Andrea has always stepped up to the plate to secure crucial resources for the CCIU and TCHS, her skills in this regard were put in full display during the pandemic. During a time in which organizations, particularly in education, were struggling to secure resources, Andrea coordinated and wrote a total of 19 grants to provide support for the CCIU, the Chester County Technical College High School, the Chester County Department of Community Development, the Avon Grove School District, and Avon Grove Charter School. Due to her efforts, Andrea was personally responsible for helping to secure over $3,036,000 to help support organizations within Chester County throughout the first year of the pandemic. While we could continue listing examples of your incredible skills and unwavering determination, ultimately, we would like to express our sincere gratitude for you, Andrea, and present you with this Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Andrea.
Currently a teacher on special assignment at the Child and Career Development Center, Erin Sankner has a long history of providing exceptional customer service at the Chester County Intermediate Unit. Throughout her time at the CCIU, Erin has become widely known for her incredible passion for students, attention to detail, and customer service skills. Using her in-depth knowledge of the low incidence population, Erin offers her time to train new teachers on the best practices for helping students. She recognizes that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to teaching, which allows her to meet the diverse and complex needs of each teacher. Erin is an invaluable team player who ensures that everyone works together towards a common goal for the benefit of their students. For her loyalty to the CCIU's mission, leadership abilities, and commitment to serving the incredible students within our community, we are pleased to present Erin with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Erin.
As an employee of the Chester County Economic Development Council, Patty Van Cleve works tirelessly to help Chester County's youth gain training and workforce exposure in the areas of STEM innovation and beyond. Patty's collaborative and committed spirit is evident through the time and service she devotes to the CCIU and TCHS students. From the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, Patty remained proactive and responsive to students' needs and was able to successfully pivot her in-person offerings to virtual opportunities so that she could still deliver exceptional career experiences to the students. Despite the challenging circumstances she faced, Patty successfully led over 3,850 youth to engage in STEM innovation initiatives throughout the 2019-20 school year. For her dedication to providing learning and growth opportunities to our students, we are excited to present Patty Van Cleve with an Outstanding Service Award. Congratulations, Patty.
Being voted into the CCIU Hall of Fame is the highest honor and award a former CCIU staff member can earn. It is given only to people who have been gone from the CCIU for at least 1 year and who have provided sustained, excellent performance over an extended period of years. Additionally, it is only awarded to those who have had a significant and lasting impact on the IU and the people we serve. This year is uniquely special, as this person laid the framework for me to step into the executive director role at the CCIU. This year, I cannot think of a more deserving individual to be inducted into the CCIU Hall of Fame, my friend and colleague, Dr. Joseph O'Brien. We put together the following video tribute, reliving some of Dr. O'Brien's greatest accomplishments from his time at the CCIU.
I first met Joe when he came to the IU, I believe in 2007, and I was a supervisor of special education at the time.
He was my 8th grade English teacher. So that's when I first met Mr. O'Brien at the time.
We started out as colleagues and peers, and then we had a reporting relationship.
In July of 2010, I began working with Joe and was his partner for 9 years until his retirement in 2019.
I first met Joe when he came to Haddonfield, New Jersey. Joe had risen through the ranks of the Springfield School District prior to coming to Haddonfield, and he was replacing a 20-year superintendent, Dr. Barry Ersick, which is pretty tough to do, especially when you have such a successful superintendent you're replacing.
But I really developed my relationship with Dr. O'Brien when he came to the intermediate unit as the executive director.
He knew how to treat people, and because he knew how to treat people, people wanted to work for him, and they were very, very motivated by it.
Joe's care, concern, and desire to help folks grow is absolutely immense.
He really was more than just an executive director, but a mentor to myself, and really I would say to most of the people at the intermediate unit with whom he interacted.
I would call him Dr. Phil because of the amount of people that would come and seek his advice and mentorship.
I think I always wanted to be a teacher and a coach. I was very interested in athletics when I was younger, and I played a lot of sports, and I had some great coaches and teachers that I admired. So I think it was always in my mind to be a teacher. I just loved the idea of how you could impact the future when you were a teacher.
While he wanted to help others grow, he also wanted to grow greatly. And in his work, he always was a listener. He was always out there working with folks to help them both grow and for his own personal growth and leadership.
He didn't view any child from any specific district. If they were in an IU program, then he took responsibility for the children.
He really lived the mantra of putting other people first, of servant leadership.
The idea of good leadership is that the people you lead feel better about themselves, and you're helping them. So they recognize that your leadership is beneficial, and then they follow you.
He would make us ask 3 questions. And first of all, he always said that schools were there for the students, not for the adults. So the first question always was, if I'm a student, how does this look to me? We're changing this, changing a schedule, changing how we're going to do things. And if I'm a parent, how does it affect me? And the third question, and way at the bottom, was, I'm an adult working in the system, how will this affect me? And that was the last thing we looked at. So he always kept us very kid-focused, and it was a great way to make decisions.
And when I was thinking of students, I would always think of, would I want this program for my children? And if I didn't want it for my children, then I didn't want it for anybody else's child. And is this the way I would want my son or daughter treated by a teacher? And if the teacher didn't do that, then I was talking to that teacher. So that was my focus early on with students, and it remained my focus when I was in charge of supervising the adults taking care of the kids. I mean, I like all people, but at the end of the day, it has to be about what are you doing to make our students and families better.
His love of storytelling is one that I will always remember. He could turn a 30-minute meeting into a 3-hour meeting which wasn't always good when you're managing his calendar.
I taught for 13 years and I loved every minute of it. I was a high school principal for 12 years and I loved every minute of that. And I was a superintendent or executive director for like 22 or 23 years. I loved every minute of that. So enjoy the journey. If you're thinking destination in this job, I think you're wrong. So you have to enjoy the people you're working with while you're working with them, and you have to celebrate your successes along the way. And successes with people are measured through the results of people. So I've always had great respect for budgets and numbers and things like that they're very important, but at the end of the day, does all that stuff benefit the people you're supposed to be benefiting?
He was sincere in what he did. He was passionate about what he did, and it wasn't just the career or work for him. He considered this his family. And if anybody in the organization called him today, he would pick up the phone and he would treat them the exact same way he treated them when he was here.
The one thing that I will carry with me whenever I think of Joe is really his love of people, his love of the people that he worked with.
He's extremely optimistic. He always believes in the best in people. Even when people do him wrong, he always believes that things will be better.
Congratulations on your retirement and congratulations on being elected to the CCIU Hall of Fame. Welcome to Phoenixville. It's great to have you here in Phoenixville. I look forward to working with you and Michelle as you make your roots in this great town, and as we work together to help the students, help the community, make Phoenixville the absolutely best place to live.
Coming to CCIU was my dream job. This was the job. This is the only job I really actually ever wanted or applied for. Every other job I was asked to do. And I remember my wife laughingly saying, well, you probably won't get that job because that's the first one you've ever really wanted. And the reason I wanted it, I think, is important. I just really enjoyed the concept of the CCIU from my work with them as a principal and assistant principal in Springfield. And everyone just seemed dedicated to a team approach. So I was really honored to come here, and this was the capstone of my career. I loved every minute of working at CCIU. The people were great. The teamwork was great. I think this was an organization that embraced teamwork, and we did everything together. And we had a lot of fun, but we worked extremely hard.
Congratulations to our Hall of Fame honoree, Dr. Joseph O'Brien. We're indebted to you for your service over the years. The Chester County Intermediate Unit has been extraordinarily successful over the last 49 years. And as I mentioned earlier, the key element to that success is our staff, in particular, those who have been honored here today. On behalf of the CCIU board, administrative staff, students, and the people of Chester County, thank you, not only for all that you do, but also for the outstanding example you have set for us all. And to all of our guests who have helped celebrate this special day, thank you for your support of the CCIU and the staff you are here to celebrate alongside. While we wish we could be celebrating in person, I'm so glad you have all joined us here virtually today. Lastly, I would like to thank the Human Resources, Communications, and IT departments for putting together this fabulous event. Thank you all again, and stay well.